What are you doing though? What are you doing on LinkedIn specifically?
LinkedIn, that's a great question. I try and get the most engagement out of my guests. Like commenting, or tagging my guests in the content I push and like following their stuff, commenting on their stuff.
Dude, I would not do that. I would stop doing that immediately. If I were you, if I wanted to grow, this is what I would do for you. So do you have, first, let me ask you one question. Do you have a dedicated time every day that you go on and do those comments? That's every 5 days a week. Okay. So first of all, doesn't have to be an hour, 5 minutes. It has to be this every single day, or at least like consistent. So that first. Now, number two, switch it. Don't make it about the guest. Tell you, like, not at all. Don't make any of the posts about the guests, right? Make it about the audience, the people who are on LinkedIn, because you're trying to feed people something that they don't want to eat. So you need to feed them food that they want to eat. It's a dog, you got to give them dog food, right? It's a human, you can't give a human dog food. So you got to feed them something that they want to eat. How do you do that? You got to play to what they want. If it's how to grow on LinkedIn, then maybe it's that. Maybe for what I'm trying to do, and this will be similar for your strategy, is infusing podcasts into things that they already like, right? I would take it away. Notice all you have to do is go to my last 50 posts. See how many times I promote my podcast. Probably 3 to 5 times, 6 times. Yeah, yes. Now, when I do it in a specific way, with specific copy, with specific links, with specific comment below, because I know that it's going to get way less engagement because it's not for LinkedIn, right? It's for something else. So if you're trying, I would do the reverse. I would build on LinkedIn. I would comment on influencers' posts on LinkedIn in the first hour that they post and comment something that's either contradictory or supporting them in a certain way. And I can go into that. But I would just do the complete opposite, and you will get the opposite results. If you stop making it about your podcast and you make it about the audience and the people that are on LinkedIn, then they will start to fuck with you, because they will realize that you're creating for them, not just trying to promote your guest. Because if I see a podcast on LinkedIn, first of all, it's very hard to gain traction with any podcast clips on LinkedIn. But number two, if you do it right, that means that the person in the clip, first of all, it's got to be optimized for LinkedIn. It has to look like the other clips on LinkedIn. Number two, it has to be something that those people on LinkedIn care about, or at least find interesting in one way or another. It's not, if it's about the guest or even just about the topic, right? That's not going to land. So it's a very narrow, it's not like TikTok. TikTok, you give it what it wants and it will give you what you want, right? If you say, hey, TikTok, this podcast is about guns. This podcast is about AR-16s. Every single clip is AR-16s, AR-16s, AR-16s. Then it's going to find that audience for you, right? Or it's about toilets, about plumbing. I just do plumbing videos. It's going to find it. LinkedIn is a little bit harder. LinkedIn is you have to give to get. And TikTok's not like that. They don't give a shit if you engage at all. You can just post the right videos and it'll push it out, right? So that's what I would do. I would just flip it all on its head. But I'm an extremist when it comes to this. So,
well, let me ask you this then. How, like, when you're starting, you feed your audience. How do you find your audience?
I mean, they found me, but that's how I did it, right?
Right. So but if you're posting things, you're engaging on influencers, right? Like,
yep.
That's with anything. People ask me, "Who's your audience?" I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, so I think with a podcast,
do you read
it's
stats? Do you read impressions? Like, how do you find your audience?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about it like that. Like, all I did was comment on more posts and get a top comment. That's all I try to do. So how people find me, I don't go out. I never go out and try to get people. Even my business, 100% inbound. Maybe I do a little bit of outbound. Even my outbound is inbound, because I only, message people who have connected with me. So what I do is I get top comments on influencers' posts at 2 to 10 times per day. And that brings in, those comments get hundreds of thousands of impressions. And then, they probably get, which I don't have stats on, I'm just guessing. I have impressions from posts, but not comments. But then there's a trickle down effect from the comments. And then those people from those comments who resonate with the comment will go to my profile. Some of them will follow me. Some of them will connect. Those people that follow and connect will then go on the feed and see my posts for the day. Then they'll see, because right when you connect with somebody for the first time, that's when you see the majority of their posts. So it's going to give them 3 to 5 of my posts and then they're going to start to be indoctrinated into how I think and like whether they actually like it or not. And then they're going to engage with probably one of those posts. And then now they're going to be in the system, and now they're going to become an audience member.